In recent years, Austin has topped so many lists. Fastest growing city, best city to live in, most fit city.
Say, all right, all right, all right.
Whatever it is, I mean, there's so much hype around Austin, Texas, but to be completely honest, there's some things you may not like when you move here. In this video, I cover the top 5 things. Stay tuned. What's going on, y'all? This is Juan MDO, your favorite Austin, Texas realtor. Like I said, top 5 reasons why you may hate living in Austin, Texas. So let's get right into it. Reason number 1, you will need a vehicle when you come out here. So our transportation system is pretty much non-existent. That's soon to change. I'll go ahead and talk about that at the very end of the video, so stick around. But like I said, you will need a vehicle to get around. You can take the bus system or our metro rail. Both are not very good or accessible depending on where you live in Austin or the surrounding area. But yeah, everyone having a vehicle obviously leads to, you guessed it, traffic. It's terrible. If you're coming from other major cities where you're already used to it, may not be a big deal. But if you are moving here from somewhere where you're not used to that much traffic, I mean, during COVID, it hasn't been super bad, but who knows, as people start working their way back into the office 2021, I do suspect it'll pick up again. Right now during COVID and everyone working from home, it's been so much lighter, but just keep that in mind. Traffic will pick up eventually. Reason number 2, allergies and cedar fever. So from November till about March, I'm not kidding when I say that you'll actually see cedar, pollen, whatever all these trees release, sometimes just floating on top in the mornings. So if you've never had allergies in your life, get ready, stack up on allergy medicine, load up on tissues, whatever it is. Hopefully you don't experience allergies as bad as I do, but just a fair warning, they're pretty bad here in Austin. Reason number 3, we don't have any major sports teams just yet. We're currently in the works of getting a Division I MLS team, Austin FC. They're going to be competing hopefully 2021. Their stadium is currently being built out in Northwest Austin near the Domain area. The minor league teams that we currently have include the Austin Spurs, G League team that competes out in Cedar Park, Texas, Round Rock Express, a minor league baseball team that competes in Round Rock, and the Austin Bold, a Division II soccer team that competes out in Del Valle, Texas at the Circuit of Americas track. Thankfully, we do have San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas nearby, so you can always go check out their pro sports teams, make a day trip out of it. Reason number 4, our summer weather. If this is your first Texas summer, just keep in mind that from May till about August, September, it's so hot. We're easily in the mid to high 90s. In August, we're in the low to mid hundreds. So you check your phone and it says it actually feels like 105, 110. People usually tend to stay inside during these months, during the day, and then they'll come out in the evenings to cool off at Lady Bird Lake, Barton Springs, Lake Travis, whatever it is. Fair warning, it's super hot down here. And last but not least, reason number 5, the increasing cost of living here in Austin. The median sales price is $355,000. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, that's actually really affordable from where I'm coming from. That's great, but that's actually a 12% increase from this time last year. 12%. And even during COVID, a lot of people thought, okay, the real estate market is going to slow down, but it's done the complete opposite. A lot of well-priced homes are going in 2 to 3 days for $10, $20, $30, $40, even $50,000 above ask, which is insane. And it obviously increases the property value of homes around that home that sold for $50,000 over ask, which leads me to my next point, property taxes. Texas has no state income tax, but where do they get their money from? Property taxes. And property taxes vary as low as about 2%, and they go as high as 3.2% depending on where you're living. This is just something to keep in mind. Do the math. it adds up. It quickly adds up. And obviously, with the increasing home prices and home values, that's just going to unfortunately run a lot of people out of the Austin area that can't afford it anymore. And it's going to push them out to the suburbs, whether that's Georgetown, Round Rock, Leander, Buda, Kyle, Manor, Elgin. So many different options, but this has actually caused for a need of a better transportation system, and that's Proposition A, or Project Connect, which was just passed. This is going to be a $7.1 billion project. It's going to be a decade-long project, but basically, the city of Austin is going to increase taxes. The typical taxpayer can expect about a 4% increase in their tax bill to basically fund this major project. Like I said, it will hopefully improve our transportation system, which right now is non-existent. But this is going to be decades before we see it finished. Fingers crossed it actually does improve our transportation system, because for $7.1 billion, they better deliver. All right, so those were the top 5 reasons about why you should avoid Austin, Texas. Were any of those deal breakers? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I hope this was super helpful. Till next time, y'all, hook 'em.